Hey everyone, we are going to be working on our drawings with the 4 different drawing techniques. So we're going to start by folding your paper in half and then in half again. Try to smooth it out nice and flat. And then we're going to open it up and trace your character on your Chromebook screen. First, I'm going to outline the 4 sections. One of them is going to be shade, glitch, drip, and glow. Those are the 4 techniques. And you can see I've already traced my character off of the Chromebook screen, traced it nice and large so that it fills in all areas of the paper so I don't have too much background. And then I'm looking at the original image of the minion, trying to find the light, medium, and dark values. So his skin is yellow, so I put down a medium tone for the skin. The glove is white, so I would leave that white. Inside the pupil is very dark. Inside the mouth is very dark. So I would find okay, what are my darkest values? So for me, it's inside the mouth, the black side of the goggles, and the pupil. What are the lightest tones? The glove and the eye, and then the medium tones, which are the shading of the goggles, which will end up being a little bit darker than the minion's skin in my final copy. And I'm going to just build up these layers of pencil by holding the pencil at an angle and building up layers and layers and layers, pressing darker where I want shadows, like underneath the goggles, and lighter in the lighter, brighter areas. If you go too dark, you can always take your eraser and erase out highlights. All right. So once I have him shaded in, then I'm going to go over to the glow. And remember, we practiced all of these. If you didn't finish your practice, you can still follow along in Google Classroom with the practice worksheet. And I outlined all of the main lines. Remember, we are going to go white, then your light value, then your darker value. So I decided to have my minion glow yellow and orange because he has, yellow skin. I thought that would be fun. If you have something glow blue, you would put white space, light blue, and then whatever blue you choose, ultramarine or phthalo. If you were going to do a pink or red, you would do a white space, pink and red, or white space, pink and then magenta. You could do this with any of the colors that you have in your colored pencil kit. Just choose a lighter and darker version. So once I have my white outline, now I'm taking the eraser and just lightening those so that the pencil doesn't show through on my white space. So I want it to go white, yellow, orange for all of mine. And I'm going to go ahead and outline all of those. So once I have my yellow and my orange, then I'll take my black marker, very carefully outline the orange, and I'm going to create a black background and fill in all those spaces, being careful not to color black on top of any of the spaces that I was intentionally leaving white. So you've got to pay attention while you're doing this and really make sure you're coloring the areas that you want to color. I decided to create a border around my background. Once I started coloring this in, I thought a border would be fun. And you'll see on my sample on the board that I actually glow the border after. So this video is without the backgrounds. Now here I'm creating the drips. And we all dripped Homer Simpson, but you can drip your character any way you want. If you like a lot of drips, go for it. If you want just some subtle little drips, that's okay. You choose how much melting your character is going to have. Outline the drips and then take your eraser and erase the original pencil lines so you don't see a line between the original shape of the object and where it begins to drip. That will help with that illusion of dripping. So here I'm erasing out all those pencil lines and now I don't see the original shape of the body. Then we're going to use Crayola markers to fill in the colors for these. And we want to add the shadow as well. So I do yellow and then blue. Now see, I've got my purple marker. I'm outlining the base of the drips, and you might see this better in person on the board, to create a little bit of shadow in the drippy spots of his clothing. And then I'm going to take the orange marker and add in the shadow underneath the mouth, around the edges of his body to give it a little bit more depth. And then the black Sharpie for the shoes. In my final sample, I also dripped the background with colors that I thought would go well with the minion. Now I've switched over to my ultra fine point Sharpie because this last box is the glitch. So I want skinnier lines for the glitch drawing. I'm going to outline everything in the Sharpie and erase out the pencil. And then remember, we're choosing red and blue. I did the red and the light blue for this. On the left side, everything gets outlined with red. And then on the right side, everything gets outlined with the blue. On the left side, my glitch lines are going to point to the left. On the right side, my glitch lines are going to point to the right. So once I have those outlined, then I can start glitching. And I'm pulling all of the left side glitch lines towards the left, and then the right side glitch lines towards the right. To make these really look like a good glitch, try not to make them too perfect. You want different length of glitches, so short, medium, and long, and the spacing. If they're all spaced evenly apart, the glitch technique isn't as effective. So have some closer together, farther apart, short in length, long in length, and it'll make it look like a real glitch. And this is what mine looks like when it is completed. So I've got my character in 4 different drawing styles, and now I would have to consider the backgrounds. So for the background of this, I add a darker value around it, fading out to light. For the glow, I put some glow around the border. For the drip, I end up doing colorful drips in the background. And for the glitch, I pull a few glitch lines on the side just to make the piece look complete and finished with interesting backgrounds. And you can see some samples on the board. All right, have fun creating your own unique character.